What is going on, guys and girls? How you doing today? Single Roleplay here once again. Today I want to talk a little about the overall Blight experience and why I believe that Blight League is an absolute failure. And even though the league itself is not entirely terrible, it's actually playable, and it's not the absolute worst league that I've played. There were way more failure league, like the Bastard, which just entirely was a nightmare. So the league is actually not terrible, but it's definitely a failure if I compare it to the last 3, 4, 5 leagues that we had before. So I will try to explain and in detail discuss why I think that what I think, and let me know in the comment section, guys, if you agree or not. Let's get going. Before we go further into the video, I would like to stop for a second and thank my Patreon supporters and Twitch subscribers. You guys have no fucking idea how much I'm thankful for you. If you just stop for a second and put likes on this video and share it with your friends, it will be already an insane amount of support, and I will be forever grateful to every one of you. Thank you so much, and remember,
you, yes you, are making a difference.
the first thing that I did prior to the league start is I asked you guys in the poll on the YouTube and Twitter, what do you think about the Blight League? How do you like tower defense idea overall? What do you think? We'll be playing, it will be fun for you. And over 70% of people told me that they actually enjoyed the idea of tower defense, and they thought that Blight would be really cool and it will be a pretty solid league. I thought that the league would be absolutely unfun, that it slows the fuck out of everything. It just should not be a place in the action RPG. And when the league has started, I just have been absolutely affirmed on my opinion that I was right. I expected what I expected, and I was absolutely got what I expected. The league was not fun for me, it was not rewarding, it was extremely slow, and the lag and the crashes and everything was not fun at all. But I wonder if you have changed your opinion. Let me know, because prior to playing the league, a lot of people called me kind of a way negative and toxic dude who thought that the league will be not good, but a lot of people enjoyed it, and 70% on my poll voted that the league would be fun. I wonder if you guys have changed your opinion when the league actually started. Let me know in the comment section. And the first thing that is always a problem in Path of Exile is definitely it's kind of the pillar of the problem that always happens with every league, is the absolutely non-existent quality assurance, which absolutely boggles my mind why it happens every league. Every time the league starts, there's always a shit ton of bugs. With the league mechanic is practically just a compilation of different bugs, and it basically takes like 5 minutes to play it to find out most of these groundbreaking bugs and disbalanced things. And I always question myself, why does it happen? Where is quality assurance? Do grinding games even play the game? And I cannot find a direct answer. I have absolutely no idea why it happens over and over and over again. They keep saying that they have a giant quality assurance department which consists of very experienced players which know their shit. They play a lot, and basically they test the fuck out and all the bugs are there. Then I question grinding games. Why does it happen every fucking league? Why it takes fucking weeks over the launch to start fixing this shit? Because it's not really the kind of a bugs that are very deep hidden and require some special mechanics and interaction to discover these bugs. They are literally on the surface. It's about the league core mechanics that just doesn't work as it should be. The insane amount of crashes and lags, disbalance and things. It takes like fucking 5 minutes to play the game to see these bugs. They're literally there. So I always wonder, why there is such a big lack of quality assurance happening in grinding games, and what are they doing? They should be fired, and probably some more hardcore testers should be hired instead. Another big arising problem is the absolutely terrible kind of optimization and the amount of crashes that we get. You know, I'm playing this game since 2013 and I haven't really crashed till the Legion League. Legion League was the first league where I started crashing constantly. The monoliths that I used to run at the end of the league, and this was the end of the league. It's not the start of the league. You know, the end of the league is the time when practically all of this shit should be discovered, found out, and fixed. But I just kept crashing. I kept crashing and crashing. I played Kinetic Boss Wonder monoliths. I farmed over 30 monoliths, 30-40 monoliths. I've crashed like every single second map I crashed. Betrayal kept crashing. I just crashed everywhere. I didn't know why. And this was the first league that I really started crashing like very often. I didn't crash before that often, guys. Absolutely not. So the game was always very stable for me. So something has definitely changed to the core engine, and probably overall the power creep and all that shit is has created so much collisions and diarrhea in the game that it kind of overlapped each other, and the game just could not really sustain itself anymore. So the optimization is definitely a big priority for the grinding games, and it's a big question for the community because the game has been very unstable since the Legion League, and it only gets worse and worse. And just today, Chris Wilson posted some kind of an interview out there, which he said that they are just monitoring the things, and they're working very hard towards fixing the stability. But there's one thing that really caught my attention, and it's basically a couple of things. First of all, he said that the engine is very reliable, soft and smooth and silky and fast and responsive, and it's not the engine is not old. Another thing that caught my attention is he said that it's practically is about the amount of things happening in the game, and it just cannot be fixed. He basically said this: you know, guys, there's too much shit happening in the game, and that's why it's basically so unstable. There's just too much things going on, boys. I mean, we can't really help it. We don't really know what's the problem, but there's just too much shit, and this causes a problem. So I question grinding games, guys. If you see that there's too much shit happening, why you even create a bigger clusterfuck? And clusterfuck is my third problem within the game right now. Visual clusterfuck makes it practically fucking unplayable for some builds, which require some min-maxing control, like micromanagement of skills, avoiding on-ground effects. We did a Blight map together with my friends on stream, and I died 3 times simply because I absolutely could not tell what was happening. I couldn't see what was happening. I could absolutely not understand what is going on, what kills me, where are monsters, where are towers, what is going on, what I should be doing, should I be clicking this or that, where are these fireballs flying all over, what the fuck is going on. I have absolutely no idea. And I just died like two times simply because I couldn't believe I could see anything on screen. So if you believe that the clusterfuck is the problem that causes the lag, why not just reduce the fucking clusterfuck? Why just keep stockpiling this clusterfuck on top of another clusterfuck? Why you guys keep doing it? I mean, Legion was a pretty big clusterfuck as well, but it's also destabilized the game itself, and the Blighted maps are absolutely atrocious in terms of stability. They lag the fuck out of everything, and they absolutely unplayable in terms of what you can do to avoid the damage. You just can't avoid damage there. You keep dying because you can't see what killed you, and this is a big problem. So visual clusterfuck and the lack of optimization is indeed a very big problem. Another big problem of which Blight is definitely the risk versus reward. You know, the Blighted maps and the Blight encounters practically give no reward, And yesterday they released a patch 3.81, which was supposed to literally quadruple the amount of rewards you get in the Blight maps. But unfortunately we did a couple of maps. I did one map and we did another map with the guys yesterday, and the rewards were still shit. It's not about the amount of rewards, it's about the quality of rewards. 99.9% of the rewards are absolute trash. It's just rares, some fucking essences which no one cares about, some fucking rings, jewelry, a shit ton of armor chests with absolutely nothing them. The loot filter just absolutely filters all this garbage, and you just click on this and nothing happens. So, you know, the reward versus the risk is absolutely insane. Blighted maps is another story. You know, Blighted maps are extremely rare, and it's very hard to even get them in the first place. So this is the league content that you will rarely see. It's like the all actually in the Delve. You may play the whole league and you will barely see the league content. This is what happened in the Delve with me. I know I haven't really got to the all at all, even though I delved as low as 400 depth. So the Blighted maps are insanely rare. I only get 3 maps so far in a level to 93 and defeated Uber Elder. I know that some people were more luckier than me, because I know that one of my guys dropped like 15 maps. One of my friends dropped like 7-10 maps. I only dropped 3 maps, guys. I did every Blight possible, but I just couldn't get these maps from the game. So the RNG is definitely very high, and the rewards are absolutely atrocious. One thing that they also forgot to buff is the normal Blight encounters. They definitely buffed the Blighted maps, but the normal Blight encounters haven't been buffed. They are absolutely worthless time spent, and just not worth it. But unfortunately, they are the only source of the Blighted map, so you have to do them. But you know, they just give just absolutely no reward. There's just a crazy amount of RNG, and the reward can be next to nothing. I did possibly hundreds of the Blight encounters, and did absolutely nothing of them. The only thing that I had is one primordial jewel, which I sold for 1 Exile, which was a long time ago, and this is the only reward that I get. On the other hand, a Legion League, which was a very rewarding league, it always gave you some kind of reward. You always get splinters, you always get currency, you got a cross-league uniques, as some people got some extremely rare things like the Headhunter from the Legion. I got faded connections from the Legion chest. Legion chests were extremely rewarding, and you had absolutely no idea what it would drop. It was very interesting to click this shit and see the outcome. On the Blight chest, you always see what you're getting, and you always get fucking trash. Like 99.9% of the Blighted chests are absolute trash. So the rewards are still absolutely atrocious and are not worth doing. And the last thing that I wanted to say is about the overall Blight League mechanics, and I think that it was one of the most critical reasons why the league didn't become as popular as the previous one, simply because the Blight encounters in the maps take too much time. Like I said, it's over a minute to finish the Blighted mechanics. It also extremely unbalanced because some unique monsters coming from the Blight hit your pump once and it just completely dies instantly. So there's a lot of unbalanced things, and it's just not fun and not rewarding, and takes too much time if you really are willing to finish it up. At the same time, the tower defense mechanic in a fast-paced action RPG, I just don't think that people enjoyed it as much as the previous leagues. That's probably one of the reasons why a lot of big streamers already stopped playing the league, and I know that they're playing World of Warcraft, Borderlands 3 and other games. There's plenty of other games to play right now, and to be honest, Blight League is almost like standard league, and if you are not doing Blight mechanics and Blight maps, you are not really missing that much. So probably this is one of the reasons why people gave up on the league so far. This is all I wanted to say, guys. Let me know in the comment section what you think about the Blight League. Has it been rewarding for you? Why do you think? Is Blight a failure or a success or just an okay league? Thanks for watching and see you soon.